I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about the current situation that schools are facing in the COVID era. Before we were taping, you and I were talking a little bit about some of the mental health challenges that young people may be facing as a result of the pandemic. So I'm just curious if you could speak kind of in broad strokes about what you think the big challenges are facing the DOE and facing principals as we navigate this pandemic challenge. And, how, how are we supposed to educate 1 million children
Mhm.
with any kind of, quality and standard?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a hard question. Two things that stand out to me are right now, especially the beginning of the school year, the shifting sands and the shifting priorities that have been presented to school leaders and to teachers, and the changing rules have been very, very difficult. And I think that as things settle in to a kind of, if not routine, at least a shared vision of what it is we're doing and why we're doing it, the work will, I don't think it will get easier, but it won't keep getting harder, which I think is what has happened for many of the adults in the school system. Many parents remain confused by what's happening, and I think that has to be true for students as well. But one of the immediate dangers, I think, in the last couple of months, my worry has been that we're going to lose good, committed people in the school system because there hasn't been clarity around what their roles are and what they should be doing. I haven't, the pandemic is hard for everybody, but there's been a kind of desperation in the voices of many educators that concerns me deeply, because the folks I'm hearing it from are the people we need to be there tomorrow and next year and whenever the pandemic lifts, so that we can receive our students again and offer them the best education we possibly can. And I think that's an immediate need. I think the second thing that I worry about and I wish was happening with greater depth has been, I think we need a deeper focus on what does it look like to educate in a non-traditional way, to educate young people, not to ever say that we know this is going to replace our classrooms, but to say, here's where we are today. We know that from March until June, we were teaching virtually. What did we learn? What worked? What didn't work? What should we change? Why should we change it? And how can we take this information that we gathered for those first 3 months and make sure that this school year is at minimum better than last school year? And it's that investment in our own learning and commitment to our own learning as educators that I think has been missing here. As you know, and it's been a pandemic. People are scrambling to get things right. But I think there's a missed opportunity to do better by our young people by not stepping back and saying, what did we notice last time? What should we do this time?